Welcome back to our Holy Week devotionals. Today is Maundy, Thursday. Our reading is from Matthew 26, beginning with verse number 26. And it says, while they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, take and eat. This is my body. Then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, drink from it, all of you. This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink from this fruit of the vine from now on until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. So what does Maundy mean? I mean, Good Friday, we know. Resurrection Sunday, we definitely know. But what does Maundy, Thursday mean? Well, it's the Thursday before Easter, and it's believed to be the day that Jesus shared the Last Supper with his disciples. They celebrated the final Passover meal, but even more importantly, it was when Jesus chose to wash his disciples' feet, and then he told them to go and do the same thing. In fact, this word Maundy, it comes from a Latin word, mandatum, which is where we get the word mandate or command. So what is the command? What's the mandate? Jesus gave us this mandate, this command. John 13:34, a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Love one another just as I've loved you, you also are to love one another. So Jesus and his disciples, they had just shared what was known as the Last Supper, and it was the celebration of the Passover meals by the Jews to commemorate God's mercy in sparing them from death and their deliverance out of slavery from Egypt. So they're celebrating this moment, and literally it celebrates when the Jews put the blood from the lamb over their doorpost and death passed over them. So Jesus celebrates this with his disciples. Now Jesus, he takes a moment and he does something very unique here, and I don't want you to miss this. He takes the bread and he takes the wine, and he shares with them that the bread represents his body and the wine represents his blood that would be shed for them, that his blood will become the sacrificial blood that is necessary to save them from death. The disciples aren't really sure exactly what to think at this point. They're not really getting all of it. But he took this moment to give a new meaning, to give a new purpose to a sacred tradition. He changed it. I mean, he turned it on its head. And here's what I want you to think about. Do you remember when you gave your life to Jesus? Do you remember when you were saved? Were you changed? Did Jesus just turn you on your head? I mean, change everything? Gave you more love, gave you more peace, gave you more joy, gave you more patience, more goodness, more gentleness, more kindness. He did all of that because Jesus is in to making things new. And he's still making things new today. So here's my challenge for you today. I want you to think. I have two challenges for you today. I want you to think of just a few of the things that Jesus has done for you, the changes that he made in your life since you came to know him as Lord and Savior. What are those changes? Write them down. Give thanks for them. But here's the other thing. Since the commandment, the mandate from Jesus is for us to love one another as Christ has loved us. What kind of love is that? That's an unconditional love. So here's the challenge. Who can you show some unconditional love to today? What does that mean? Who can you show some love today to that you're not expecting anything in return? Find somebody whose life you can make better. Find someone whose life you can enrich just by loving them a little more without anything expected in return. Give something to someone, do something for someone, and then expect nothing in return. Love others the way Christ loved you. That's your challenge for today. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and give you great, great